It is almost March. We typically do an off-season refresh or a couple, you know, like episodes of that, which we told you guys we weren't gonna do that this year. We're gonna do 1 or 2 little videos here for you. We're gonna start off by sharing this amazing new wheel we got from our sponsor, Rays. This is what we'll be running on the comp car this year. Really cool gray. Fresh color for Rays this year. You guys can buy the same kind. They're gonna be out shortly. That's here. My car is not here yet. My car was supposed to be back a couple weeks back, but things got in the way of wiring with Brian, but he's still gonna get it done real shortly. I'm hoping in like hopefully 6 days or something we'll get the car. It might be like 8 days, but the car will be back and we'll share what we're gonna do to the car, and we gotta do it quick now because we're almost in March and we have to get on the track and start testing. But meantime, let's spin around and look at what we got here. This Mark V Supra and the Norwegians are here in-house. They showed up this morning. They got the car out of the trailer. It was sleeping, and now they're going to tear into it because they also have to do their off-season refresh and get this up to par for Formula Drift 2022. We have Matthias here from Race Service. Kind of just caught him off guard. I didn't even ask if we could do this, so he's speechless, but he has a lot to say. What are you gonna say?
I'm excited about this. We're gonna build this car up with HGK body parts. We're gonna get help from Dan, rebuild the engine. We're gonna transform it to a new car for next season.
Same chassis, but HGK panels, carbon Kevlar, so it's gonna, the kit looks different, so it looks a little different.
Really different.
Drive line is pretty much the same. We just gotta refresh the engine and make sure it's ready to go for a whole season.
Pretty much it.
Okay, easy, right?
Easy.
Yeah, easy, okay. Well, we're gonna get started. We'll share you guys the cool parts.
One week later.
The car's back. I missed you. We're excited to see it back. Now we got a lot of little things to get working on. Back. Let's start it. What do you think, Brian?
Nothing to say.
It might start, it might not. We're not sure yet. We're working on stuff. Not yet. To be back later, guys. Not yet.
It didn't start because you didn't have your cold temp sensor plugged in.
Dang it.
So it faulted to thinking it was really hot, so then the fueling was not right for ethanol.
Oh, so it was trying to, but it was trying to dump extra fuel, maybe. Less
Yes.
fuel? Okay. So Brian's gonna show you guys some cool stuff right now.
I mean, I'm gonna hit the start button.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Okay, you ready?
We're ready. Alright guys, a lot happening. Well, we got the car back, it started. We have a lot of little loose ends, like figuring out this new transmission setup. We want to rewrap the car, we got to get new panels on it. Some of them are at paint. Check this out. These, we're not going to have time to get on the car before the season starts because I would add like a day of work. But these are some new doors that we made. You guys saw these on baby blue already, but these are Kevlar version of that. And then forged carbon on the inside. Super fancy. Excited about that. Well, anyways, we have those on our website if you guys are interested. And then check this out, 1 of 1. We'll make more obviously, but this is the first one. And Mark is about to cut it all up because we're going drifting with it. But this weighs like 2 pounds. It's a perfect replica of an OEM USDM rear bumper. So we don't have to have that hole, which is like factory JDM or like other countries as well, like maybe Australia or something. Anyways, we'll cut a hole though anyways in the middle because we gotta let air out of there from our radiator being so close. But this is it. Let's show you guys the inside real quick. Has flanges just like it should, and it weighs nothing. Sad thing is we're just gonna scrape that up. Wanted to show you that. I will get a picture of it, maybe put it on the website. But Brian did all new beautiful wiring. It's kind of hidden in the engine bay. Check this part out though. Look at that. There's 2 PDMs now, so no more overdoing the other one that we were doing last year where we would max it out too many amps. And Brian's doing a little bit of testing here, and then he has to head back to Oregon, but we have him for a little bit right now.
Upgraded to the Sadev.
The Sadev.
How are you doing?
Slow, but it's
Coming along.
coming along.
It's different to not be in your own workshop.
Every tool's a little different, and
It's inches.
inches and gallons and
Gallons.
ounces, and it's hard to translate everything.
Is it enough time?
We make enough time.
Yeah.
We will extend everything a small week. We're gonna make it.
We're getting in the groove now. So.
Picking up fresh painted panels. Here's JP. Check it out. Got Lambo over here. Lambo's at maybe fix it. Some side skirts. Bumper. It's JP.
So,
He always gets this stuff done in the shortest amount of time for us somehow.
and if you want to take that truck too, go ahead.
He saves the day. Yeah, we'll take the truck and put a Jay-Z in it. What do you guys think? Okay guys, you need an update. Tons is happening and we were not really filming. So we put a gear of our choice in this, added some Torco. We are gonna fill this trans up with fluid, and then we made the shift linkage. It's being painted with Steelit right now. There's no mount on it right now either, but it just kind of sits where it was because solid mounts. We're putting a fresh treadstone badge on there. We're painting a couple other things. Got more stuff to show you in the engine bay. Renee's wrapping baby blue or black or whatever his name is now.
Waiting for you guys to finish that.
Yeah, we have to finish this, put it on the ground, then she'll wrap that. But check that out. Woo! Looks good. And then we mounted a bunch of GT radials onto that new color. That's so cool. And then these are the fronts. Check that out. There's just tons of people here. Harut's here, Andrew's here, Mark's here, Mike's here. He's mounting an APR splitter. And then the Norwegians are way back there working on their car. Ooh, check out the titanium exhaust. Titanium exhaust. On the forklift. Everything happening. This new transmission is so cool. See these? These are inspection bungs. So then you can pull each of those off as a 6-speed and you can check in between first and second, third and fourth, fifth and sixth. But I could be wrong on gear placement because sequentials are weird. Sometimes they'll have 6 could be up here and first is back there. We'll check into that later when we have it apart, guys. But you can check inside there to see if your dogs and your slider dogs are good on each gear in between rounds. That's gonna help. Oh, Mark fixed the exhaust. Check this out. Remember we had a dent in the exhaust from last year, smacking where it came and hit the subframe back here. Now Mark had fixed that. More titanium. It's all beautiful again. We even had a new drive shaft. We got a telescoping drive shaft that's so much easier to work with than previous years. Excited about that for installation purposes. It's much easier. And there's body panels everywhere because JP had painted everything. This carbon Kevlar. You guys probably saw it. Now it's painted already, so no more carbon Kevlar. Sir, what are you doing with that bell housing? Dang it. These bell housings are hard to come by, and he somehow got a bunch of the ones I'm saving. Oh yeah, we have people working in the overflow lot today. Why is it so windy? Come on, California. Sir, can I help you? Yes, sir. Another Toyota car here. He's changing a radiator because we're like maxed out on space. This isn't dangerous. Oh my God. Let me get a wheel chalk. I don't want you to die. Okay. Alright, a lot happening, and it's Saturday. Shouldn't always be working on a Saturday, but FD season gets you to work all the time. Alright, I will show you guys an update in a little bit here. Woo! Look at that silver. More progress was made. We got a billet mount that's on the transmission now. Don't have a view to show you guys, but we got 2 of them made. Multi-piece. They showed up from Seth. Looks exactly like the 3D printed thing that we had under there. So now the transmission, drive shaft, linkage on the transmission, minus one thing. This one thing we got to weld to change out a union in there, but everything else is like good to go on the transmission side of things. But we're waiting on Cody Phillips is gonna set up the PDMs for us. He did that last year. He's gonna do it again this year, but he's also preparing for one of his races. I think it's Texas 2K, and that is, I think, the 18th of this month, and today is like 7th. So he's down to the wire. Engine bay, pretty much similar. Last year's motor, we're gonna swap that out. We have EGTs, we're gonna actually have a different manifold. It's still a Powerhouse Racing S23 style, twin scroll, dual gate, but we've welded some. I'll show you guys. There's another motor in here, guys. Boom, right there. There's a lot of motors, sometimes you get confused. We gotta tighten this down though, because we're waiting for these Nord locks to come. Nord locks are good for this section. T4s like to slowly work themselves loose over time if you have a lot of back pressure and you're trying to make it spool harder. Trick we learned, these boys. So that's the motor that will go in there. I put this in today. We're painting little pieces with Steel It. Check out that brake handle. Got them back from anodizing, so we're gonna have the rad handle just be set up with black for right now. See if we switch it out, but I think I like black the best. Mark built, he retrofitted an Odyssey top piece to work with new side brackets he made and even dimpled them. And then it fits our new anti-gravity battery in there. Yeah, it looks pretty good, but we don't have a spare anti-gravity. So in the worst case scenario, which I doubt this would ever happen because we were able to use the same battery for 4 years straight with the last one, that guy will be fine, but we also saved some weight there. Worst case scenario, if we had to switch back to like a different battery, we could use like the old Odyssey or something, or maybe we'll get an extra anti-gravity in the near future. Mark's now working on building this bracket for the dual solenoids for the nitrous outlet stuff. We're using some like cups and bung stuff, that aluminum, and these other cups here. We'll paint it with Steel It black. They'll sit right here. The feed for this comes through the firewall right there. Dash 4 feed. It's gonna come up here. Actually, it's gonna tee like here and come up like short line. Feed these 2 solenoids there, and then those 2 solenoids will be out, and they'll feed down inside. The nitrous outlet rail that they built is down underneath the manifold. See all the blue in there? We're gonna have to build some Dash 4 feed lines from either of these solenoids, one for the first set of jets, one for the second set if we do use dual stage. So that's happening. A lot of things. Oh, check this out. That's where the EGTs are. Right there, they all plug into that. We got GPS right here. We got SSD, solid state relay thing. That's from Race Grade. That's like fast response for nitrous so that you can't have a delay from the Motec, so it's like instantaneous. You guys have probably seen this in the past, like where someone will blow their manifold up because there's like a nitrous backfire because it's delayed and the solenoid stops, but there's like just such a quick delay or whatever, like stops, but there's a little bit of fuel and nitrous are in the manifold together and boom, then some bad stuff happens. We don't want that to happen. I guess anything can happen because we've seen some major race teams have that stuff happen still, but we're trying to avoid that. Yep, getting closer. We have a photo shoot at the end of this week to do the unveil livery, so we don't have much time left. Trying to hurry, but we're trying to do everything right and like the way we wanted to do it, so we can kind of not be going back and redoing stuff ever again. The only thing we have to do after this is dyno, and we'll probably do it on this motor with like our current, like the ECU and everything's new. So like this motor is from last year, so let's do some stuff testing on this and then put that fresh motor we just talked about maybe after the dyno, or maybe we'll do like pull right out in front of the shop, just like first gear, second gear, and get some logs, and then Ian will say, hey, put the fresh motor in, I'm confident to go to the dyno, something like that. So close, but it's gonna be next week at some point we're at the dyno, and next week probably track day testing. Mark has to weld, so we're gonna stop, check that car out. The lip is off because Renee has to put blue strip down there, and she has to write rad there, and we have orange mirrors to match the gear wrench, but she's not gonna put the rad there until we put the mirrors on. We're waiting for JV Auto Body. Then we'll put some fat tires on the back, because right there those are really thin. And then this guy just has the normal handbrake, the raw machined. All right, that's it for now. Back to work.